Welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige from Turn the Page Books, and today we are going to talk about crushing your reading goals for 2025. If you are a part of the reading community, you have probably now realized that so many people have reading goals that they want to accomplish by the end of the year. It's a great way to read different kinds of books, figure out the genres that you like and don't like, the pace of your reading, and how reading fits into your lifestyle. 2023, I read 91 books, and last year, 2024, I finished with 110 books. These are my favorite. The blueberry, pomegranate, and the cherry, the best. If you haven't, I'm gonna help you set up your reading goal for 2025 and give you some tips on how to accomplish it this year. I work as a speech language pathologist, so I do write goals for a living. But for reading, you will not be writing Little Johnny will produce S-blends in the initial position of words with 80% accuracy. It's gonna look a little bit different, but it will still be a SMART goal. It's an acronym for creating goals. S, specific. So for reading, this means that you want to have a specific number of books that you've read, a specific genre you want to read. It could be anything, but a lot of people do a specific number that they want to hit every year. The M stands for measurable. So this is how you are going to achieve your reading goal and track it. There's a whole bunch of apps to do this. I use Goodreads, but there's like Fable, Storygraph, a whole bunch of different ones. Goodreads is pretty old school, but I just have been using it forever, so I haven't changed it. And it makes it really motivating for you because you can put in your reading goal and it'll set up a challenge for the year. It will even tell you if you're on track, behind, or ahead of the game. The A in SMART stands for achievable. So depending on your lifestyle, you're gonna wanna put a number that is achievable to you and that fits into your lifestyle. So if you're somebody who works full-time, 200 books might not be a good number for you. If you're just getting into reading, then you might want to start with a little bit lower, and then you can keep bumping it up if you've hit that goal. The R stands for relevant. So obviously you want to keep it related to reading, something related to books. T stands for timely. This is the amount of time that it takes for you to complete your goal. So if you want to complete 100 books by the end of the year, that could be your goal. The acronym SMART. So that can be applied to almost anything. Once you've picked the number of books you want to read and the amount of time you want to spend reading, then you can create your goal and keep track of it. Some people are not into having a goal, and that's completely fine. And every reader is different. You can be a little bit more organized or a little bit more laid back. I tend to be a little bit more laid back with my TBR. I do have books that I would like to get to during certain times of the year, but I also am kind of just, I pick up whatever I feel like at the moment. Sometimes there's no reason for it. I just feel like it and I pick it up. The next part I want to talk about is lifestyle. I do work full-time. I work at a school, so I do have those breaks off. I get off around 3:30 and get home by like 4:15. So it's not too bad, but I also am a mom and I have a family and a household and things I have to do. So it can be challenging to fit in all of my reading time that I want to get done within a day. Some tips on how I do this is, one, I listen to a lot of audiobooks. And I do count them towards my reading goal. If you're comprehending the material and you can have a discussion about it, then I do feel like you have read the book. I will be listening to an audiobook when I get up in the morning, getting ready, when I'm driving to work, when I get home and I'm cleaning or making dinner, before I get ready for bed. If I'm at work and doing like mindless tasks like filing, I will listen to my audiobook then. If I'm eating lunch, then I'll read a physical book on my Kindle. It just kind of depends on how busy my day is. I do try to fit in a lot of reading time whenever I can. Also, I'm super congested, so you can probably hear it in my voice, so I apologize for that. Sometimes there's those days where I don't get to read a lot, and that's okay. I do want to add that you don't have to read 50 to 100 books a year. If your goal is like 15 books a year, that's great too. If you want to read one book a month or a year, then that's wonderful too. Another tip I have for accomplishing your reading goals is by including your friends and family. If they're readers too, you could buddy read a book. I've seen people do Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants style book exchanges. So one person will pick a book and then annotate it and then pass it around, and when the person gets it back, it's full of notes from your friends, which is really fun. There's a lot of like buddy read challenges that you could do. That way when you talk to your friends again, you can discuss what happened, read a certain amount of chapters within a week, and then get together and discuss. Obviously book clubs, you know, I'm a big advocate for book clubs. So those are just such a great way to help motivate, and that's like 12 books a year right there. So I want to talk about reading goals itself. It doesn't It's my dog sneezing. On another note about reading goals is that you don't have to have the number of books you're going to read as a reading goal, or you can create multiple reading goals about different things. For example, I've seen a lot of people do A to Z challenges where they will pick a book for every letter of the alphabet and read those throughout the year, like book titles that start with the letter A, B, C, D. I'm currently doing a challenge this year of reading one classic book every month. So by the end of the year, I will have read 12 classics. It could be a genre. You could have a reading goal of branching out and reading other genres that you might have never read before. Personally, I have read a lot more fantasy this year than I ever have. Those are my tips today on how to accomplish your reading goals. I'm currently reading The Wedding People by Alison Esbach. I'm not sure exactly how you say that. I even started annotating for the first time. So this is the first book that I've ever annotated, and I'm loving it so far. It's definitely taking me a little bit longer to get through just because I'm really going through and like underlining and highlighting and putting my tabs on here. So that's been really fun. This is our book club pick for February, and book club is on Thursday. So I have about like 50%, maybe 55% to get through what's left, but I'm loving it. So I just haven't had a ton of time of reading this week. I will get to that today and tomorrow, and hopefully I will finish it by Thursday. I know I will. I'll get it done. Have a wonderful week. I post new videos every Tuesday, and I do post shorts on here as well every once in a while. So go check those out and go ahead and like and subscribe. So happy reading. Bye.